boo. So happy to have you back on the show. You know, I think I've told this to Ed and Kim and you. We just got to make it a regular thing. I just got to have you guys on the show at least once a month.
Let me know. I am available. I have nowhere to go but my couch. Okay.
No, downstairs and then back to your bedroom. The bedroom.
This the bedroom. This the workroom. This everything.
Absolutely. So AAFCA has been providing audiences with just such amazing programming ideas and stories, TV series, documentaries, and films that we all can watch during this COVID-19 pandemic quarantine. And so this week we've got some more new shows that everyone needs to know about. We're going to get to one particular one, but let's talk about some of the others. And I think I have on my list here.
Let me get my list together.
There is BlackAF, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later, but 7 Seconds is also on this list, and that's on the Netflix list. If you didn't get a chance, if you haven't had a chance to see that, also Grace Jones, Bloodlight, and Bommy.
Yeah, I was like, they shot me with that. I didn't even know that was on there. I was like, I had to check that out. I love you, Grace Jones.
That's on Hulu. That's on Hulu.
Yeah,
Grace Jones is, I mean, an icon. You know what I mean?
I just have an ounce of her confidence, like just like a little ounce.
Yeah. Something else that's on the list is Bosch, which I think I have a Bosch hat somewhere in here.
Yeah, this new season just premiered.
Yeah. And then Bad Boys for Life is available now on demand. Let's talk about that one, because we were, you know, everyone was so excited about seeing Martin Lawrence and Will Smith on the big screen as those characters. And what do you think is the reason why fans we just flock to the theater to see that story again?
I mean, first and foremost, it's been 10 years. We've been waiting 10 years on the sequel that they promised us. And I really was excited because Bad Boys, I love all the Bad Boys movies. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are just such a fantastic pairs with one of each other. But I felt like this sequel was really the best film to me. It had like such a great story, had amazing action, like even gave me some eye candy for the villain. And then the comedy, Martin Lawrence's comedy, it was just like he was saying everything that I was thinking in the movie, but he said it out loud, and it was absolutely hilarious. They literally have the same chemistry that they had 10 years ago, and it's 10 times better than what it was when we saw in the Bad Boys 2 sequel. It's just a really fun, fantastic time. I had a great time watching this movie.
And if you watch closely, some portions of the film were shot here in Atlanta. So ups to, you know, the Atlanta film community here. Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about WestWorld, because that's back on HBO, I believe, and that's also on as well. So let's talk a little bit about that. We love that.
Yes, ironically, today they renew WestWorld for its 4th season. So we're currently at season 3. I was like, so what I love about WestWorld is that it is a show that truly makes you think about our future, think about the effects of technology and, you know, what it has done and what it will do to our culture. But the thing that I find the most fascinating about WestWorld is its treatment of women, how it realizes that women are powerful, and especially too that we have Tessa Thompson, who plays Charlotte Hale on this season and previous seasons. Yeah, she's absolutely spectacular. She actually had a very fantastic episode this past Sunday. And then also too, we have Fannie Newton, who plays Maeve, my favorite character on WestWorld. I love her so much. She is just so amazing. The fact that you can see these powerful, strong, independent Black women on screen is just so fantastic to absolutely watch. And then also to Jeffrey Wright, who was on WestWorld as well. He is just, I mean, it's Jeffrey Wright. Like, what did we do to deserve him?
When you think of top tier actors, I mean, Jeffrey Wright is on the freaking list at the, you know, at the very, very top. And this is the second time that we've seen Tessa and Thandi on the screen together. They were a part of For Color Girls, Tyler Perry's For Color Girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't watching WestWorld, it's a quick binge. We're only on season 3. There's only 8 to 10 episodes every season. You can catch it on Amazon Prime. You can catch it on HBO. But it is a great show to watch. And you will be confused, but it's okay. We will be confused together while watching it, but it's going to make you think. It's going to make you have some discussions, and they have some beautiful costume design, and the women are just dressed to impress from head to toe, kicking butt, taking names. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go back to Black AF. This is
Yeah.
a series that was created by Kenya Barris, who has just really almost kind of like he's like oh gosh, how can I put this? Because he's created all of these shows based off of this one idea, Blackish, you know, grownish, mixedish, and now Black AF. And so many people have been talking about it. I was gonna say he's almost like the Berry Gordy of sitcoms, because you know how Berry Gordy was able to create all of these different stars out of this one company of Motown: Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, Gladys Knight, and just put them out there. And so he's got all of these amazing series.
And he's written on a lot of Black films too. He's also helping write with the Girls Trip.
Yeah, and the sequel.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's your take on Black AF?
Yeah, so I had mixed feelings about Black AF. There has been a lot of discussion about Black AF. I think that I love this idea of bringing, you know, how he's been able to build an empire off of his life. This is based on his family, and him creating this mockumentary type of television show that's kind of like, it's a comedy. You know, they still talk about real Black problems in the community, and really just him trying to navigate through this world of Hollywood, navigate with being wealthy now and still being Black at the same time, and what that looks like for him. And so even though I might not have agreed with all of the episodes, my favorite episode of the series is actually episode 5. I would definitely tell everyone to watch that episode. It definitely talks a lot about us making sure that we police ourselves, that we hold ourselves accountable, that we stick to who we are as Black people, and to not necessarily always try to seek validation from others to justify who you are as a person. And this has some amazing cameos from a lot of people, like a lot of people. But I like this idea of him making fun of his life, of letting people know that there are Black people. We're not drug dealers. We're not poor. We're not homeless. Like, there are also wealthy Black people as well. I think that I like the idea of what Kenya was trying to do with his TV series. But it sparked a lot of controversy. I mean, at least people have watched, and we are talking about it, whether it be good or bad. I would definitely always tell people to watch and get their own opinions on things, but I like that he's continuing to expand his empire with this new deal with Netflix, and I can't wait to see what he comes out with next.
Yeah. So everyone that has listened to the show knows that you are this amazing film and television critic. How has COVID-19 affected what you do, and how do you see doing your job in the future? Because yes, they're opening up theaters this weekend in Atlanta, but I don't think everyone is rushing back to those theaters because of what is going on. How will you navigate that, I guess, in, you know, post COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, it's been hard just because, you know, I'm used to watching 3 to 4 movies a week. I'm in a movie theater all week, and you know, I've transitioned to TV. As many of us, this is the only thing that we have to, you know, pass the time these days. But, you know, I am a little scared about them opening up theaters. You know, since Georgia is opening up on Friday and Monday for theaters and restaurants. But I mean, a lot of movie theaters have still stated they will not open their doors. There's no movies coming out. The earliest releases we have, I believe, don't start until July. But I think one of the most important things to think about is, what is social distancing going to look like in a movie theater? Because they crowd as many people as they can get into a theater. So what does it look like? Right. You know, do you have to, like, no one can sit, like, gotta sit 6 feet away from one another. Right. You have to wear masks. What are the sanitation thing? I mean, when you walk into a movie theater, you don't really see anyone cleaning seats. I've never seen anyone clean a seat. They're mainly just sweeping up popcorn, trash, and all of that. So I think that there is a lot to still think about. Like, what does social distancing look like in theaters? What does proper sanitation methods look like in movie theaters. And because all I can think of is when they said that was that scene at Outbreak when he's coughing and you just see the germs going out into the entire theater. I'm scared. I don't know when I would personally, someone who has asthma, I have a pre-existing health condition, how I would feel going to watch a movie. I don't know.
And how do you think this will affect red carpets? You know, we
yeah. Think about press lines. You know, you're scrunched in a press line. You're like this, fighting for your entire life, trying to interview someone, and you're in close proximity, you know, with the talent. I don't think that there's going to be red carpets for a very long time. I don't think that there will be premieres for a very long time, because at the end of the day, you still have to figure out what does seating look like in a movie theater like that. And for film festivals as well, I mean, we still have TIFF this year. We have TIFF, Venice Film Festival, you have the Telluride Film Festival. I mean, this affects a lot of things. And if movie theaters aren't going to be at 100% capacity, then studios are going to push their movies back. If there are no movies to watch, then there can't really be festivals. So it impacts a lot, and I'm very interested to see what that landscape will look like. But I think that, as always, safety has to come first.
Absolutely. Well, Sharronda, thank you so much for being a guest today on Upfront and informing our listeners and viewers about the amazing television and film programs that are out there on Netflix, on Hulu, on HBO, all of these different platforms that you can watch, you know, amazing stories. It's all out there. And so how can they continue to stay in contact with you on social media?
You guys can find me at Pay or Wait on all social media platforms. You can check out my daily film and television reviews on youtube.com/Pay or Wait or www.payorwait.com.
All right.
Thank you for having me, Ray.
I know.
I missed you already, and I'm not even gone yet.